celebrate the 100th birthday of the Old English Sheepdog Club, bobtail lovers from all over the world converged on the Abbey Hotel at Malvern for the celebrationary dinner.
Chairman of our Kennel Club, and our Treasurer and his wife, Mr. Lewis and Jean Collins.
A centenary of a club is a very important matter. Continuity and the maintenance of a breed is something that the Kennel Club certainly feel is integral to the well-being of dogs. My other association besides the Kennel Club is with the Birmingham National, which was founded in 1859 and precedes the Kennel Club by 14 years. And I was looking up the history recently, and in the show in 1861, which was the third show of the National, there were 4 sheepdogs shown. At our recent show at Stoneleigh, there were 139 Old English sheepdogs. So the fancy grows, and an occasion like this that brings so many people together with an interest in one particular breed and their adherence to it and their support of it and their will to see that it's successful and that it goes on in the way that they think is right, is of integral importance to a hobby that gives so many people so much interest, so much fascination, and a reason for thinking ahead. Your President, I read today, I think it's 40 years, ma'am, if I remember rightly, in the article that I was made to read before I left home. If people like your President look after your club and other people do so in the future, there'll be nothing wrong with the Old English Sheepdog Club or the breed. I would ask you to stand and drink the toast to your club and its future. The club.
Well, I hope you can hear me okay. Madam President, Mr. Mayor, and distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. Unlike you, Mr. Chairman, I was forewarned. Whether I am as prepared is another matter. But it is a privilege to be able to answer the toast of the club. 100 years is indeed a very, very important occasion. What sort of world was this healthy pup spawned into? Many of you may not realize, but Jack the Ripper was stalking the gaslight streets of London 100 years ago this year. The gramophone was just being invented, and what a boon or what a curse that may have turned out to be. The Football Association was just formed by the macho Englishman so that he could teach the game to the rest of the world and then sit back and get a hiding nearly every year. You know, such is life. We were colonizing Australia 200 years ago, and 100 years ago we were teaching them how to play cricket so that we could give them a good beating once in a while, but not often enough, unfortunately. One name I would mention maybe is Sir Humphrey de Trafford, who was the first president of this club, who, together with a few other Victorian gentlemen, because of course ladies were not allowed in those days to be allowed to handle dogs. It wasn't a fit thing for them to do. God help us now. Sir Humphrey and his Victorian friends gave us an exceptionally good grounding. They gave us a very sound standard which we've been able to breed to and for which we have been able to retain a sound type of dog. They gave us a very sound set of rules which has enabled the club to survive despite the varying personalities that we've thrown up over the years. They also gave us a code of ethics, which was, of course, good to follow, which we still try to follow, but being human beings, we occasionally slip and err. One other person I would like to mention, because this is an occasion that she longed to live for and dearly, unfortunately, passed a few years ago, and that is the late Miss Florence Tilley, a name which is synonymous with the breed throughout the world, and indeed her father went to the States, won most of their major trophies, I'm pleased to say, and in the early 1900s, and was a past president and a past chairman of this club, and together with his brother, and then followed by his daughter Florence, a very gracious lady who will always be very fondly remembered by me and a good many others, because she set us a standard in a way to live, in a way to behave, while showing dogs. I would like to be clever enough to welcome all you wonderful foreign visitors in your native tongue. Unfortunately, I can't even say good day sport in Australian, but you know, I was brought up in an age where the Englishman perhaps was rather lazy, or the British Empire was so strong we thought everybody who lived in a foreign land should learn to speak English. Unfortunately, as I say, we don't often speak your language, but so many of you seem to have a very good command of ours. Tomorrow is a big day for the club. It's a big weekend for the club. All you people who've travelled across the world may have thought you were jet-lagged. By Sunday night, I can assure you, you'll be bobtail-lagged. And I hope you will all have really enjoyed it. As I can't speak a foreign language, I would ask all the residents of the UK to stand, and we will propose a toast to the visitors. To the visitors.
Madam President, distinguished guests, Mr. Mayor, Ivor, thank you very much for your kind remarks there about the visitors. It's really an honor and a pleasure for me as president of the Old English Sheepdog Club to be able to appear here before you tonight and to congratulate you in recognition of your centenary celebration. 100 years is a long time, and it's a remarkable accomplishment for a club to have a single-minded purpose such as the breeding of Old English sheepdogs, as we all share. The Old English Sheepdog Club of America was founded in 1905, so we have a bit to learn from you. However, we are a membership of about 1,200. We have a governing board of 12. We meet 3 times a year throughout various parts of the country. We have a national specialty show every year. This year we're going to be gathering in Phoenix, Arizona in November. Next year we're going to be in June. We're going to be in the Boston, Massachusetts area. We would invite all of you to attend. Maybe we can teach you a few things at that time. In addition to there are a number of members of the Old English Sheepdog Club of America here, many past, present, and future members of the board of directors, some of our committee chair people. In addition, I have become acquainted with some representatives from Australia, South Africa, they're here, New Zealand. I understand that Spain is here, Holland, and Portugal, is that correct? And maybe that's what I'm aware of. Is anybody, any other country here want to be recognized? France is here? Germany? Denmark? Wonderful, 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 wonderful. Norway's here? Wonderful. What I sense, though, from being here in this country, this wonderful country of yours for a week and expect to stay another week, is a willingness to cooperate and communicate in the future. It's all our ideal to breed better Old English sheepdogs, to protect and promote the breed that we have chosen to be acquainted with. And I would challenge everyone here to do so in the future. I would challenge us to communicate. I would challenge us to cooperate with each other so that we have a worldwide network of communication, exchange of ideas, inter-exchange of breeding programs, and that sort of information. I think that's important. I think that each country has gotten to that point now where we can certainly rely on each other's expertise, and I think we should do that. So in response to the toast, I would ask the foreign members to stand, please. And to the members of the Old English Sheepdog Club, we toast, salute, and congratulate you on the occasion of your centenary celebration. And as we approach our 100 years, we hope that we'll be able to work together better in the future, and that we're able to communicate and share ideas, and that we work to protect and promote the Old English Sheepdog. Cheers. Thank you.
The dining and dancing was an enjoyable prelude to the following day's championship show. The day dawned bright over the Malvern Hills for the show, which attracted a club record entry of 235 dogs. Mrs. Ferelith Summerfield was invited to judge, and at the club's request has not judged the breed for 3 years. She is one of the leading all-round judges with a wealth of experience. And here Mrs. Summerfield enters the ring with Club President Marjorie Murray. And so straight into judging with Minor Puppy Dog. Mrs. Summerfield puts her rule over the first exhibit. And it's Lameda Zottels Caruso who takes the first class. And so on to Class 2, Puppy Dog. A second look for Mrs. Summerfield. And it looks as though she's pulled out King of the Hills. And yes, it is King of the Hills. Lewis Collins and Margaret Murray stewarding today. And so on to the juniors. A quick second look at each exhibit. And this time it's Langston Charlie Boy to take the class. And straight into novice dog lineup. And here's Langston Charlie Boy taking his second first of the morning. And now it's Special Yearling with Baberton Bergen's Blue at the front of the line. And a lot of concentration now as the exhibitors show their dogs in the graduate class. And it's another win for Baberton Bergen's Blue. Now here's a really strong postgraduate class to give the judge some tough decisions. And it's a win for popular exhibitor Suzette Rogers with a Heath-top hedonistic Harry. And he certainly seems very pleased about it too. And here's a rare and pleasant sight to see. Stan Fisher in the ring. The past chairman of the club and a breed stalwart. And this is mid-limit, and it's a win for What's Wanted. Well, just look at this class. Mrs. Summerfield now going over Starjander, Love on the Rocks. A prolific winner this one. Recently won his first ticket and looking like the next two won't take long coming. And a unique experience for one of our foreign visitors. Lou Soderstrom from Australia, handling Frenic Silver Liner here. And making a very professional job of it too. And it's Starjander, Love on the Rocks, adding to his trophy collection and taking a very strong class. Another one who seems very excited about it too. And here's the current top winning male champion, Lameka's Mellon's Boy Blue in the open class. Top dog in 1987 and top dog so far in the current year. And another visitor from down under, New Zealander Barry S.B., handling the famous champion Barnaby Troubleshooter at Old Oak. An experience Barry will remember for a long time, no doubt. And another top winning champion, Greyfell Storm Warning, handled impeccably as usual by his owner John Simmons. Out of champion Timecode Caradog ap Tegui, who now lives in America. Oh, just look at him go. He'll certainly be a hard one to beat. I think he's got a very good chance of taking this one. Well, now that is a spectacular lineup of champions. And it's decision time again. Yes, and it's Storm Warning to take the open class. Friendly handshake there from down under. Two well-known names here, showing in the veteran dog class. 7-year-old champion Pelagillo Dander and his breeder Gilly Bennett. And it's Dan Dare. Whoops. It looks as though Horace has had enough. He wants to go home. And it's the unbeaten dogs now and a coveted CC for someone. A last look from Mrs. Summerfield. And it looks as though she's made a decision. And which way is she going? And it's champion Greyfell Storm Morning taking the dog ticket. And champion Barnaby Troubleshooter scooping the reserve. A popular decision there by the sound of it. It's lunchtime now on the first day, and this is the first chance that most of the exhibitors have had of relaxing. Also a last chance for some preening for the afternoon's classes. And lunchtime's over, and here come the baby girls. Minor puppy bitch in the ring at the moment. And Heathtop Holly is the winner. And a well-known exhibitor here, Angie Burrows, exhibiting in the puppy class. This little lady is Oak Farm Pure Genius. But it's litter sister Oak Farm Strawberry Shortcake who takes the class. And a proud breeder there, Sue Goddard. And here are the junior placings. And a red card here for KL&J Midnight Magic. Novice pitch now in the ring. And exhibitor John Bruin heads the line up with Blunsden's Blue Moon. Special Yearling makes a second win for KL&J Midnight Magic. And here are the graduate card winners with Lameka's Honey at the front. Some last-minute titivating here for the postgraduate bitch. This one's Starjander, the heiress, handled by her breeder, Jan Betts. And Baberton Highland Queen takes the class. And here's the mid-limit result with Beauvalon Blue Bonnet with a red card. And feverish activity here in the collecting ring, preparing for the open class, whilst limit is being judged. And here are the limit winners, with Pauline Rudd's Ramble on Kelly's Eye out in front. This open bitch lineup here is really oozing class. This is Irene Crane Duplock with Oak Farm Misbehaving of Myrene. Very sound on the move, this one. She'll be pushing hard for top honours. Champion Suki's pride and joy getting the once over here. She's quite a recently crowned champion and doing a lot of winning. Another popular personality here, Della Oaks with Old Oak Tempting Memory. Well, here's the bitch who's been sweeping the board, Zottels Miss Marpel of Lameda. Handled by her breeder, Christina Smith, she's already equalled the breed record of 40 cc's and needs just one more to be the new record holder. I wonder, will she do it today? Well, I think the crowd are doing some nail biting here. And I can tell you it's going to be a real tough decision. But there are no doubts about it, another win for Miss Marpel. Internationally respected Joan Reel here, showing her famous homebred champion, timecode on Prydain in the veteran class. And 7-year-old bobsacre Mistress Becky is the winner. And now the tension is rising for the bitch challenge. You can almost cut the atmosphere here with a knife. And one more look at Zottels Miss Marpel. I wonder, can she take that 41st ticket to give her the breed record? And yes, she certainly can. A new breed record, and what a popular decision. And a deserved reserve ticket too for Oak Farm Misbehaving of Myrene. And so, dog and bitch challenging for the best in show here. I wonder whether Miss Marpel can crown it all with the best in show at the Centenary celebrations. Now he is a super dog. But look at this bitch go. Well, it's nail-biting time now. A last look. Well, Mrs. Summerfield's made up her mind. I wonder who it's going to be. And it's Miss Marpel all the way. And best puppy bitch is Oak Farm Strawberry Shortcake. And here she successfully competes for best puppy in show. Well, champion Zottels Miss Marpel of Lameda, best in show and the most prolific bobtail winner of all time.
Christina, John, what a fabulous day. 41 cc's and a new breed record for number of cc's at the club's centenary show. We'd love to know how you feel, and I'm sure it's going to be a while before you come down. But Christina, what does it feel like?
Well, unbelievable, really. I couldn't describe it how I feel, because all the excitement before and then being in the ring and being still nervous and thinking, will we do it, won't we do it? I couldn't explain how I feel.
John, I think you must have been keeping her very calm, because she's being terribly modest here.
Well, I've tried to keep away from Christina as much as possible today, because I think I'm probably worse than what she is. My stomach's been going all day, but obviously I'm extremely proud, and very proud of Christina, because Christina bred Missy, and she's bred in Germany, as you know, and she's worked so hard over a number of years with her breeding in Germany, and I think, you know, one can only be proud that she's bred an animal like she has, and I think she's really super. Well, we all love our own animals, everybody does, but I think Missy is out of the top drawer.
I'm sure we all agree with you, and of course you did it today in front of literally the whole world, because we have so many visitors from all around the world.
Yeah.
And maybe this is an omen, Christina, for 1992, when Europe really is an open market.
Well,
well, that's if they stop the quarantine, then we'll all be going backwards and forwards to dog shows everywhere.
Well, our very biggest congratulations, and we're so proud of both of you. Fantastic.
That's great. Thanks very much. Thank you.
Thanks.
And a great day was finished off with a barbecue and dance. A marvellous way to relax after the excitement of the show. And the Sunday dawns bright and beautiful over the Malvern Hills, and many visitors and exhibitors from the previous day have the opportunity of taking a relaxed stroll around the exhibition of historical artifacts. And a veritable treasure trove of photographs, trophies and memorabilia collated for the club by Ray Owen. Some of the foreign visitors there. And Mrs. Jones of the famous Wenalt Kennels takes time out to reflect on past times with the late Florence Tilley, and the Shepton Kennels, and kindly loaned by Peggy Tilley, this unique cameo of bobtail history includes the famous Vanderbilt Trophy.
Jim Murdoch is the president of the Old English Sheepdog Club of America, and is one of our honoured guests here for the centenary weekend for the Old English Sheepdog Club in England. Jim, it's a real pleasure to have you with us, and I think we'd like to know perhaps how you enjoyed the weekend and what you thought of our dogs, and you may have some opinions which may be of benefit to us.
Well, Ken, first let me compliment the Old English Sheepdog Club on the excellent hospitality that they've shown myself, my family, and all the foreign visitors. We think you've done a real outstanding job here with this centennial show, and you've really done credit to the Old English Sheepdog with the way that this show has been conducted. I'm quite encouraged by the communication and the pledges of cooperation that have arisen here, not only between the English club and the American club, but also the other countries that are here. As you noted at the dinner the other night, there are a number of foreign visitors here from all over the world, and there's been extremely great cooperation and promises of much more cooperation in the future. The quality of your dogs I find to be outstanding. I was uncertain as to what I would see when I came here. I know that your grooming techniques are somewhat different than ours. Our standard says you aren't supposed to groom or tease and trim and things, but they do. We're trying to curtail that to some extent. Your handling techniques are somewhat different. I think we tend to have more professional handlers, and maybe our owner handlers do go to handling classes and do learn more of the way of the ring than maybe some of your handlers do. But I found the quality of your dogs, the presentation of your dogs yesterday to be outstanding. The facilities, the Crufts carpet, the atmosphere, the cleanliness of the dogs, the presentation was outstanding. And I think you have some very, very lovely dogs here. And, it was particularly interesting to note the number of dogs that have a lot of litters that are being shown that are equally outstanding. I think at least some of your kennels really have some outstanding breeding programs going here, and you can see in the progeny that the future of the Old English Sheepdog in England is in good hands. It's really outstanding quality dog.
Well, I'm sure the breeders and exhibitors will appreciate your comments, Jim, and we certainly very much appreciate you and so many of you, your colleagues from the States, being with us.
Well, when we first learned about this, there was no doubt in my mind that I would come over. My family and I do take a holiday every year, and this was our chosen holiday to come over here for 2 weeks. But likewise, the historical significance of the event and my position as president of the Old English Sheepdog Club of America just created a natural marriage of necessity for me to come over here. There was no way I would miss it. You treated me well, but even if you hadn't treated me well, I would have been here because of the historical significance of the event. And I hope whoever my successors in office are, when our centennial year comes, in the year 2005, that we are able to match what you've created here and done here in America, and that many of your members are able to join us in America.
Well, if I can still walk and talk, you can bet your face I'll be there.
Well, likewise, I'll probably be there, but I probably won't be president then, but I'll be an active member and I'll be there. So.
Right. One of the things you said at the dinner the other night, and you mentioned just now, was the cooperation between our clubs. Have you got any specific areas where you think we can really get together and do some good work for the breed?
Well, the Old English Sheepdog Club of America is quite active in a number of areas involving health of dogs, hip dysplasia, OFA, X-raying, eyes being checked, that sort of thing. We're getting heavily into judges' education now. We have a program of participating in seminars throughout the country and inviting judges in to go over live dogs and hear breeders' comments on the standard.
I'm sure we'd like to know how that program goes.
It works well. The AKC, American Kennel Club, actually coordinates it, and all the member breed clubs, the parent clubs, participate. There are a number of seminars where they have judges' workshops throughout the country. In addition, we also do mailings to judges. We do mass mailings to judges on standards and changes and particular things, aspects of the breed that we would like to see them be familiar with. We have some, we've just started a pretty extensive welfare and rescue program. We're quite impressed with your welfare and rescue program. It's been in existence for about 18 years, ours only for about 2. on a mass scale, and we're starting, and we're getting there on that.
I believe your wife is particularly
My wife is
interested
the chairman of that. Yeah, she works and I can tell you her phone rings, 10 times a day.
Regrettably, that is.
But she has a network of coordinators throughout the country, so she doesn't have to do an awful lot of the actual placing of the dog. She kind of takes care of the fundraising and does the coordination, and then they have the individual lieutenants, if you will, in the field who's working with the dogs, although she does get involved sometimes too. Breeding programs, we'd like to see, the breeders, members of our club, share their information on their breeding programs. All breeding programs need outside help from other breeding programs at times.
Sure.
There's no question about that. I would like to, see these areas become a part of our communication. I'd like to encourage all of our members, breeders in particular, to correspond with your breeders and the people that do the most part of producing dogs here, and so that those avenues of need in a breed, the need for a stronger rear end, the need for a better front, the need for a better head size, that there's the identification of the areas where those exist is readily available, so that somebody from America who wants to breed to an Old English Sheepdog in England knows where to go immediately. I'd like to see that developed, and that's individual. And to this point in time, I think a lot of that's been done by individuals. There's obviously individual kennels in America and there's individual kennels in England that have corresponded.
Right.
But it hasn't been available to everybody, and it hasn't been done on the club level. And I'd like to see that done on the club level.
Well, if we can coordinate that in the next 100 years, we can do nothing but good for our breed.
Well, we've got to stop being selfish about our breeding programs. We all look to protect and promote the better, and to breed the better Old English Sheepdog. And naturally, breeders want to be a little bit protective of their programs. And I can respect that, but there's also the overall picture of producing a better dog that we all like to see. And I think we have to be a little more unselfish about that, and I'd like to see it.
Well, that's something to work for in the next century. So, Jim, thank you for being with us, and thank you for
having us. And again, congratulations on your hosting an excellent event.
Thank you.
And the parade of veterans. And here's Jean Collins leading off the parade. And Joan Reel again, with champion Timecode and Brideth. And what a happy bunch of old-timers they look. Stuart Mallard here, the master of the brushstroke, demonstrates the art of show preparation. And Mark James commentating as Stuart covers all areas of the coat. And isn't she well behaved, considering it's the first time she's met Stuart? And the finished article, a perfect picture, I'm sure you'll agree. And on to Brenda White, ably assisted by club chairman Ivor Thick, for a demonstration of handling techniques. And leading off the parade of champions is champion Lameka's Melons Boy Blue, top male Old English in 1987 and 1988, and a prolific winner this year, bred and owned by Patton Vic Guest.
Why, a jacket and tie for Zidane. If you like, we would be very happy to provide you with one.
Oh, that'll be fine.
You're done.
This way.
And all breeds championship best in show winner and famous sire, this is champion Barnaby Troubleshooter at Oldham. Almost 6 years old and still looking great.
As you know, Conway Biletnikov holds a very high rank in the party. We wish to afford him every courtesy.
But of course, Mendele.
Perhaps Conway Biletnikov could be persuaded to sing for us as well.
I will take care of it.
And here's champion Soundwell Lizzie Fizzy. She's a granddaughter of previous breed record holder champion Jed Forrest Don Carlos, who sadly died very recently.
This doesn't help at all.
Don't worry about it, Martin. Why don't you go up to your room and get some sleep? Is there anything you need?
Oh, no thanks. I just wanted to make sure you got those new arrangements.
This is champion Winolt Wiley Star, bred by Mrs. Topsy Jones.
Oh, by the way, I ordered that 84 Whipple Blonde for you that they recommended. It's very good.
Thanks.
And Jean Borland's homebred champion J-Bore Sugar Puff.
Putting favour in the Virginia Flames tournament.
women's telecycles route against the heterosexual.
Have you heard from Cedric?
Yes, he was just here. Wait till your hotel.
And recent prolific winning
This
Fitz
letter has to
champion,
be in New York
Ayshell's
by
cover
Tuesday.
girl of Hamble, owned by Anne and John Titheridge. And here's champion Oak Farm Lively Lad. And Sophie Carter here handling champion Holly Von Taza. Champion Ragtag Bear of Berkeley Blue, a lead record holder of 105 junior warrant points. And here's champion Suki's Pride and Joy. And champion Oak Farm Oberon here. And here's champion Allmark Olympic Gold, homebred by Angie Burrows. And Ivor Thick's champion, Long Durham's Lord of the Ring at Hamwee. And champion Pennyfell's Lord Lovelot. And champion Tinnicoid Unprudeth, mother of English, American and Canadian champion Tinnicoid Caradog Ap Tegui. And from the Emerald Isle, this is Irish champion Bella Blue Pollyanna. And champion Barnaby presentation of Gojaliga, bred in Rita and Ron Ashcroft's famous kennels.
Tonight, a singer whose great talent is exceeded only by his devotion to his country. He truly has to keep that calm.
And our Dog CC winner from yesterday's show, champion Greyfell Storm Morning, looking in splendid form.
He's your most fervent admirer and owns a complete set of his practice. Now he is a very shy and gentleman, but perhaps...
And last but by no means least, the outstanding winner of all time, champion Zottels Miss Marpel of Lameda, bred in Germany by her handler, Christina Smith.
You better do what they want. I promised my manager. Thank you, sir. Okay, what's your change in Centenary?
White bamboo, bamboo to the fruity.
And an attentive audience learns about canine construction from famous veterinarian Joan Joshua. And rounding off the parades are the rescue dogs, a poignant reminder of those less well cared for, and subsequently rehomed with these caring owners by the tireless efforts of the rescue scheme.
Mixed swine steering, my
dear. On many other breeds. She lives in Norway, where legislation has very recently come into effect on the banning of tail docking, and she is with us for our centenary celebration this weekend for the oldest English.
Cedric! To you.
It was a trap. He must have known I was taking it to Howard Johnson's.
But who are you doing?
Don't mind about that. We've got to rescue your
Well, I
father
think
before it's too late.
one thing when one reflects back after a weekend such as this, 100 years, we've seen
go to
very
the
few
ballet
changes
tonight.
in the breed. The breed looks
He's the
basically
man
the
called the
same
Torch.
as it did 100 years ago.
Thank you.
And that's why this is
He's
a
the
very
leader of the
interesting
resistance.
issue, because
He'll
it's
help
going
us
to be a
find
big
your father.
change for our breed.
I'll
Our
go.
bobtails will no
No,
longer
you
be
can't go.
bobtails.
It's too dangerous.
But I must.
It started
He'll be
11
tortured.
years ago
All right.
in Norway,
But be very
when they
careful at the
banned
ballet.
tail docking on all
Where is the
animals,
ticket?
In the
with
glove
the exception
compartment.
of dogs.
Can you reach it from the inside?
Because of the fact that we do travel to Sweden
How
and
about the
Finland
other hand?
to become international champions with our
Oh.
dogs. So we're going to wait until
Oh.
the
No, that's not it.
also made a law,
Let me try.
which they never did. And suddenly, this year, without
Here
any
it is.
warning, they said, all right, this is now the time. So the 1st of July, tail docking on dogs or any other animals. My youngest male, I think, has started the first litter. There's 3 weeks old. Haven't seen them yet. But I asked the breeder what the tails look like, because I think that's probably the most interesting thing that people have asked me this weekend. And she said they're not very pretty. They're big and they stick straight up. But I guess at this age, many breeds, they do that. So I can't really give you a good description. I have seen some of the tails. I know they're very thick. They'll be very difficult to groom. They're very heavily coated. And will certainly change the shape and general appearance of our breed. Very definitely. One thing interesting here, and I hope other countries don't also put this into the law, and that is that in Norway we have also written into this law that we are not allowed to show any dogs that are docked after the 1st of July. So in other words, if we buy our stock from England or other countries where the docking is still allowed, we will not be able to show it. So we feel
Come on, we've got to get out of here.
Don't you think we ought to wait for the police?
Let's watch the police.
In here.
It's already
A
in
little,
Sweden.
just a ball gazing for us or whatever.
Well, already in Sweden, shortly after it went into law in Norway,
We can get out this way.
Wait a minute.
they were saying it's no problem, it will never come here. And within about 1 month it was all in Sweden.
I only know I've put you in great danger. You must come with me.
I just think
I don't know what kind of trouble you're in, but don't worry about me. I'm a guest of the government. I can explain everything.
They'll put you in
Go away, still can. They can't do anything to me.
Do you see this as an issue where
I think in one way maybe it's good to have a problem once in a while.
Yes.
It tends to make people come together and work together more.
Right.
And I would hope...
What an awful day.
Because through the years,
You don't have love state. You shouldn't work so late. I've got a great idea. Why don't we meet up here? Bear with me till you find just what I've got in mind. Don't speak the car.
Well, Diane, on that note, I think we will look to you and hope that you might help us.
Italian meal, you need a real Italian pasta sauce.
You're treading very new ground on behalf of the breed. We wish you well in Norway with the problem, and we look forward to seeing you again here, obviously, very soon, because I know you come and see us.
Oh, yes, and I want to thank you very much, and I want to say to my husband and myself that we have been very lucky to be so close to England, so close to associate with so many old English sheepdogs and their owners through the years, and it's been a wonderful weekend. Everyone has said that. And let's hope that we won't see the next 100 years, but maybe we can get together.
And I guess it helps make
A Mountie doesn't turn around, even face the
great. Thank you, Diane.
Maybe two Tabasco twins, but there's only one Labette's.
carnival.
Amongst our honoured guests this weekend in the Centenary celebrations are June and Lou Soderstrom.
Martin! Boy, am I glad to see you.
To be with us.
I've been here 20 minutes already.
June and Lou are in the holding the Sheepdog Club of Victoria, of which June is the secretary.
The embassy, the German government, consulate. You talk to the
during the
UN
course of our show,
ambassador.
of
It's
course,
no use.
Lou had the opportunity
Just can't bring my
handle
wife
the
to
dog,
orgasm.
in the show. And one of the questions I would like to put to him is his observations on the different way in which we
Have you tried one of these?
show our bobtails.
Yes, Ken, it's a good question, and sitting here today, Bob, one wonders we're back at home with his son. It's very warm. If I'm squinting, please forgive me. But in answer to your question, as I could only say it was a great privilege, number one, to have shown a dog, and it was in limit dog, which a lot of Australians will find it like myself. I understand your gradings, but the classes are different. And I was privileged again to have a beautiful dog, and I got a third place, which I got a rosette for, which I'm taking back to Australia. But apparently, over here, that's quite something. The class was something of 20-odd dogs. They were all good. And whilst you always wish to win, I was privileged to come away with that third position. The difference of handling is that perhaps we find that over in Australia, we don't, when we're in the ring, we're holding our dog. We hope we've got him set in his coat, such that when we get in there, we hold that dog and we show it to the judge as long as we're in there. And I would like to make an apology because we do wear in Australia to compliment not only our dog, not only our judge, but our stewards. We dress collar and tie. Don't think us rash in doing that. That is what we do in Australia, and we do feel we must give these compliments to those that I mentioned before. The handling of the dog, it's very similar to us, very similar. You do the triangle and tap back and forth, and I don't think in Australia I lose as much weight as what I do in England. The perspiration truly, with the jacket on and collar and tie, it was dripping off me. But I don't know if it was nerves, tension, the heat, which was a fair bit of it.
I didn't know who it was. I just saw him pull a gun on a girl.
And it has been a privilege to be here, I might add, to one of what I must admit would be the best show. No hesitation in saying that I've ever attended. And I've been to many, we've put on many, but you are to be congratulated. It is superb, and the warmth that has been shown to us as visitors. I used the word foreigners before. I'm told we're not foreigners. Whatever. Visitors, it has been commendable. And thanks for having me and allowing me to show. Ken, that's at this stage what I'd like to say.
Well, it was certainly our visitors, I think, which helped make our weekend. And,
I'm afraid you leave me no alternative but to introduce you to two of my associates.
I'm glad there was someone there to...
Bruno is almost blind, has to operate only by...
Thank you.
Entirely the correct fashion.
Klaus is a moron who knows only what he reads in the New York Post.
It's the reason you
I believe they never let a man lose
in our weather sometimes.
Oh, it must be.
Anyway, June, I'm sure, like Pauline in Africa...
My manager is on his way right now to the American consulate.
Do not be so sure, Mr. Evans.
Jim Murdoch mentioned.
Evidently, your friend did not realize that here in East Germany we use 220 volt cars. He was found in his hotel room, impaled upon a large electrical device. Our surgeons did what they could, but it took them 2 hours just to get the smile off his face.
And they changed the breed standard. And whilst I've
Perhaps
been
the
here
American has chosen to reconsider.
Meeting, I've been lobbying, and I feel that we should emulate our friends in the trade unions. We should band together as bobtails.
They leave no marks.
Fanciers, lovers, all over the world. And we should be not somebody sitting up in their ivory tower saying, oh, docking the should make our expert, because we are the custodians. They are ours. That belongs to some folk sitting on kennel clubs. And I intend when I go home.
Do you know which room the final chemistry exam's in?
Quite a few people.
All the exams are over. Haven't you been to class? No. That's the end of the semester. No. No, I haven't studied. Oh, no. I'm back in school. I can't believe I'm back in school.
One I can show you. assets in the show.
Oh, God.
Really wants us to get together as you suggested, Ken, and as Jim suggested. So
well,
I think this is the year to get together and really suck it to them and make certain we look after and we retain bobtails, because if we don't,
violating the Geneva Convention.
Years, it's all going to go down the gurgler. We're going to have dog
Wake him tomorrow.
Gay tails and rock tails and all sorts of things. I'll be nice to tell you.
Well, thank you very much, Jim and lady. It's been a real pleasure having you. I think I for one felt myself the richer for several new friends from diverse parts of the world, and I hope you've made a few new friends. It's been a great pleasure for me.
And just may I just say for posterity, because I guess we'll keep this video for a while, the warmth and the friendliness had to be seen. I really had to pinch myself the last few days to believe it. The names that were just have now become reality, and those people are super people, and we're so grateful for them.
Ken, if I may add again, as I said spontaneously there before over the microphone, your chairman, president, run your club, and your committee, all of it, you are it is a fantastic show, and that is so top of our hearts. And I speak for all foreigners I did in there before. It is a credit to the whole lot of you, and thanks for having me.
Who are you? What are you doing here?
My name is Nick Rivers. Who are you?
And what better way of rounding off a birthday celebration than with a special cake and a tea party? And proud cake maker Elaine Newman joins club president Marjorie Murray in the cake cutting ceremony.
They'd have enough salt to last forever.
The gentlemen like the secret police broke into my house, they tore me from my family, ransacked my laboratory and brought me to...
Yes, I come to France between Cherbourg and Paris, and I am here for 3 days. Only for the show, All English Sheepdog show.
Can't you refuse?
I'm very happy because the All English Sheepdog are very beautiful and the English people are lovely. And we can speak with us on
Sunday.
It's okay. Merci. Thank you. Hi, Larry Stein from the United States, live in the East Coast, New Jersey. Had a very, very enjoyable time here. I found the club as a whole very friendly. I felt as if I was part of the club. Looking for someone to adopt me so I can stay over here for about another year. I found the dogs very lovely. There's a lot of things that I find that we don't have, and a lot of things back and forth that we should share to complement each other's dogs.
My name is Roberto Arcion. I am the president of Italian Club of the English Sheepdog, or the English Sheepdog. We are about 8 people that come from Italy for to see this beautiful and big show, and we are very, very happy.
To be executed this very minute.
Have to wait. Call him at once.
My name is Jette Miller, Vice President of the Danish Old English Committee. We are a group of 8 Danes who have been here for the weekend. We think we have had a very nice time enjoying the show and seeing all your lovely dogs. We think you have made a great job for this arrangement, and thank you very much for your hospitality. Thank you.
My heart's an empty home. To see you standing there would be my only prayer. You set my heart on fire. It's burning with desire. Your touch, your lips, your soul. You make me lose control, baby, please. Baby, please, baby, please. Spend this night